Hey guys, how's it going? It's Brooksy here, and today I've got a lot of questions about how to use the PFD and the MFD, as well as a couple other things that I just want to go over quickly in this 5-minute video just to show you guys how I set everything up, and we'll go from here. So first thing, if you look at your PFD, this is your PFD on the left, and then this is your MFD over here, your multifunctional display, and then the Copilot has its own screen as well. All these buttons up here are clickable, so you can literally set in your squawk here, your ident when it's programmed up, obviously, and you can access your comm pages as well. And then hit this button, the transfer button, to switch over frequencies. So, like for example, let's just say we want to switch, we can, and then if you want to bring up your other functions on your PFD, you can go ahead and take it into split mode, and then if you click this, it will go back to full. So split, you can see we're here at Ottawa right now. And if you go into flight FPL, you just click FPL. You literally just go back, and I'll show you again. Just click FPL right here, and it'll take you to this main menu page. And you can go ahead and take a look at all these different procedures here, or sorry, all these different buttons: map, active flight plan, and procedures, direct to, nearest, COM 1, COM 2, nav 1, nav 2. We'll just go through each one really quickly. So map, obviously you have your map here. I don't know why you'd ever want to use this feature unless maybe your MFD has failed. But you have it. You have the option to bring it up. Active flight plan, yeah, we'll go take a look in there. So if you load a flight plan in the pre-mission area, or the main screen, before you go ahead and fly, this will actually auto-populate. But because I didn't, nothing's in there. So you can go ahead and add an origin. So let's say, for example, we're going to fly from, I don't know, let's just pick something super simple. Let's go Ottawa to Toronto. So Ottawa, we'll enter that. And then we can add a couple en route waypoints. Say we want to fly over this NDB, which I know where it is, but you can add that in there, and it will paint your magenta line for you. And then your destination, we can go ahead and change that to Toronto. And then you can take a look at it here. So I guess you got to add the en route waypoint after. Now, yeah, destination Toronto. So we look at our flight plan now. There we go. We have our point that we programmed in, the en route point, ending in Toronto. And it'll tell you some other information as well, like, you know, how far do you have to go, what's the altitude of the airport, etc. Going back into map here, we'll check out procedures now. So departure, you can actually load in a departure, which is pretty cool. They only have the Ottawa 4 in here, and then you can select what runway you want to go from. So let's say we chose 14 today, hit load, and it will load in the departure for you. So if you click this little button right here too, it will bring you back to your aircraft. Zoom in for some reason. There we go. That's the wrong button. But it will take you out on the departure as well. Back to flight plan, direct to feature. You can activate direct to any point that you want to. Don't really use this one. However, it is useful to know sometimes you're bearing a distance from different areas, so it has that option there for you. And then to go back, so yeah, you can just click on the top menu there to change it. If you want to go direct to like another point, you can. I wonder if it will tell me the bearing distance from that point we put in. Oh yeah, well, cool, 100 miles. Look at that. And you can just go direct there if you want by hitting activate, but we don't want to do that, so we'll cancel. Where's the other thing? Oh, the approach. I didn't talk about the approach, but you can do the same thing as for departure, but for the approach. You can click in there, and then airport. So this has to match the destination, otherwise it won't load properly. And then you go approach, and then you can select whatever approach you want. There's a bunch of them. We'll stay with the ILS for now. And then you can select the transition as well. They're pretty smart. Like if it's a major airport, it will have it all in there. But if it's like a smaller airport, it might be missing approaches like I was flying way up north in Flight Sim, and there was two approaches for that airport. There was an NDB and an RNAV, but because it was kind of a smaller one, they hadn't been programmed in yet. So just kind of watch yourself for that, and make sure that you check before you start flying to somewhere, because it's a huge pain. Low voltage that's expected because I'm on battery right now. Anyway, go back here. I get back. Even I get lost sometimes. Trick 2 we talked about. Procedures we talked about. Nearest we talked about. Com 1 we kind of already talked about. The other options here are for your nav frequency. So if you want to punch in an ILS, just be careful that this is not the active frequency, this big box. This is your standby. The active frequency is up here in small font. So just be careful. Be careful of that. You have to hit the transfer button after you punch in a frequency and then confirm that it's in the active. And that covers that. And the last question I got was how to change your Barrow. So on the standby, it's super easy. But you might notice that there's not really a knob unless you look down here. Barrow. Okay? You can set it here, but it's in op, so it doesn't work. So you have to go into your controls. Literally go escape, controls, keyboard, and you want to search Barrow. I thought it was Barrow. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. Filter. If you go, you have to go all. Otherwise, you're not going to see all the controls you have available to you. Oh, sorry, it's not Barrow. It's set altimeter, decrease altimeter right here for the Colesman. Decrease, increase. Just set those to 2 buttons that you like. I use the brackets because it's kind of intuitive for me to use those. Anyway, there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to be doing another video shortly, about some of the problems that I've had with the King Air. Like, for example, the cabin pressure doesn't really be seeming to set quite right. As well as a couple other weird things, like if you go to set your altitude, sometimes it will change your heading. Sometimes it will mess with the MFD for some reason. I think it's like it thinks you're clicking on it. It just has to do with like the geometry of the click box, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, that's a future video. But yeah, guys, in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this stuff. It taught you some quick things about just setting up your menus, and yeah, that's it. We'll catch you guys on the next one.